Hello, everybody. Hope you're having a good day. Today, I finally popped up popped up on the internet and looked at some of the stuff that I was hearing about, and I decided to look into some of it. One of them is Baldur's Gate 3. I thought that would make an interesting video, but I'll see. I'll read through some of the articles, see what I can find. But the more important one for me right now is the PS5 Slim. Now, for those of you who haven't been in the loop, basically there was this whole PlayStation versus Microsoft thing going on regarding the purchase of Activision, and obviously the whole Call of Duty stuff in there. And in their case itself, or in the court case itself, there was a mention of basically what people believe to be the PlayStation 5 Slim Edition that was leaked, so to say. Now, there appears to be some sort of image or video footage of what this console looks like, and I think it's pretty interesting from the images itself. So let's just read the article coming in from Kotaku over here. A new video online appears to show what looks like a PlayStation 5 Slim, the heavily rumored but not yet announced smaller version of Sony's current gen console. Rumors of a sleeker, slimmer PS5 have been floating around online for about a year now, but things really heated up in July. That's when court docs from Microsoft versus FCC hearing seemed to confirm its existence, suggesting the device would cost $400 and that it would be released later this year. Now, a new video seems to give us the first look at the slimmer PS5, while also confirming that it might have a detachable disk drive. A detachable disk drive, I think that it was a bit interesting to see that. And when they say disk drive, I assume that they mean the actual one where, well, your discs go in. So with the detachable drive itself, I have to wonder, is this not a situation whereby they intend to sell you a semi-digital edition console, which then allows you to buy a disk drive separately and then clamp it on there to make it a physical disk supporting unit? So that would be interesting to see if that is the case. You know, you could probably get the slim version for $400 and then you fork out an extra $150 if you want the disk drive to add on, maybe. Who knows? Hope it's not the case. On August 10th, it was, as spotted by The Verge, an image of the alleged PS5 Slim leaked via a Chinese forum. That image got shared all over X, formerly Twitter, attracting a lot of attention. But now, the recently surfaced videos gave us an even better look, still not officially announced, console variant. Let's take a look at this thing. It doesn't look too bad. It looks a lot smaller than the normal PS5. I like the way the whole design has been somewhat shrunk down. It still looks like one of those like air cooler or air humidifier things though, or even like some Wi-Fi routers, but not much could be done, I guess. I suspect that Sony did their best, obviously, with, if this is actually the case, I think they did their best to try and squeeze everything in there. So we'll just see how that all unfolds. But let's just look at the front of this thing. There's two USB-C type ports in the front. I'm not too sure what that is at the bottom. But this appears to be the disk drive over here. It doesn't look so detachable unless this case comes off and you can remove it. I don't know if that's a thing. It'd be kind of weird if it does detach because, you know, in case you don't insert it properly, something happens and it blows up or something. I don't know. Kids can be kids, you know. The video posted by Betterway Electronics on Twitter seems to confirm that not only is the PS5 slimmer, but that it is also feature some kind of detachable disk drive. It will also feature some kind of detachable disk drive. This had first been reported in September 22 by Insider Gaming. This new smaller PS5 also has two USB. Okay, yeah. Unlike the current version, which only has one, as well as a USB-A port. My ear's got this weird like ticking sound in it, like I can hear like a clock in it. It's weird. Anyway, Kotaku has contacted Sony about the leaked console. Last year, Insider Gaming also reported that Sony was planning to release this new PS5 Slim with a detachable drive in September 2023. This is interesting. 2023, that's like 3 years after the launch of the PS5, which lines up with what Microsoft believed in the previously mentioned court docs. Rumors suggest that PS5 Slim will be sold two ways: one console without the disk drive, okay, sounds right, attached, and one bundle that comes with it. It's also believed that Sony will sell the drive itself separately. Aha! So I was right. If there is a detachable disk drive, that is the plan for it. So let's see where we go with this, right? At the moment, Sony is selling two versions of the PS5, the $399 PS5 version and the $499 PS5 disk drive version, or the digital edition. Okay, it's possible that this new Slim may become the only PS5 in the future, with Sony letting people buy a disk drive if they want or skipping if they don't care. The rumored 400 price for the Slim seems to back up that possibility. So it's quite possible that they will release the Slim without the disk drive for $400. That way they get a smaller form factor, maybe it's cheaper to manufacture, and they can spare the extra additional cost of having to put that disk drive in there if you obviously don't want to spend that kind of money on it. And I obviously assume that with the whole new design of the PS5, that there are certain revisions or hardware revisions that have occurred which limits the current faults with the PS5 from the way the liquid metal moves around in there, if it's vertical instead of horizontal, and also like with some, from what I understand, HDMI issues that I know of with the first lot of these consoles, as well as in a Street Fighter tournament, I think it was, where USB ports were coming off at the back of the console. The physical port that's built into the unit, the plastic bits in there, I think, were coming out of the port itself. So I suspect this obviously is going to be how they want to proceed in the future, as well as far as hardware goes, whereby there's just a baseline PS5 edition, and then you get to choose whether you want it with a disk drive or not, or if you want to buy the disk drive later. And obviously I assume that buying the disk drive separately is going to increase the costs quite a bit. It might not just be worth it, or might be better worth your while to just buy the physical version. It's kind of weird though thinking about it like this, because to some extent, imagine if you do buy the disc version of the PS5 and then eventually you find out, hey, look, I'm not really interested in using discs anymore, I'm purely online, and then you can sell off the disk drive. That's interesting. And also for repairs as well. That'll make things a bit easier for a lot of us. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it over there. I think that's as interesting as it can get for me personally. I don't know about you guys. I think for now, unfortunately, I think some people were expecting like maybe a slightly lower price tag, maybe like $350 maybe for like the digital version, and then like $400 or $450 for the disc version. But I guess that's not going to happen. So yeah, I guess we'll just leave the video over there. Leave a like if you enjoyed it, leave a dislike if you didn't. What do you think about this? Leave it down in the comment section below. Are you excited? Do you have a PS5? Are you looking to buy one of these? Would you be interested in the slim versus the fat ones? Or how would you go about it? Because from what I understand, when I remember the PS4 Slim being released, the PS4, the first generation PS4s remained the same price. They never dropped in price. And then the PS4 Slim, that's me locally here in South Africa, as far as I could tell, everything was basically one standardized price until the normal console faded out and the Slim replaced it with the exact same price tag. So that was just my experience from what I can remember. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it there. Anyway, see you guys in the next video. Have a good day. See you next time. Bye.